Welcome to another super basic tutorial. During this tutorial we are going to turn Putin into a puppet. So here we go. First off, we need an image of Putin. So I did a search for Putin and I found this image here. We're going to save this image as, so save image as, and put it on your desktop. I'll name mine Putin. Click save. And then once it's downloaded, click show in Finder. It should be right there on the desktop. Now I need to open this file in Photoshop. So I'm going to right click my file, open with, and choose Photoshop. So next what we need to do is zoom in. I'm doing this with Command plus, and if you hold spacebar you can move the file so that we're zoomed just in on the mouth here. Alright, so first step is to unlock this layer here. So I'll double click in the empty area here, say OK, and that's now unlocked. I'm going to go over, and for this I'm just going to use the polygon lasso tool right here. I'm going to start in the corner of the mouth, and using just small lines I'm going to trace the intersection of the mouth here. Till I get to the other corner. I'm going to go straight down the chin. Now I'm looking for, see this curve here of the chin, not the neck. That's where I want to end. So I'll go right there, and now using small clicks again, I'm going to follow along the base of the chin, not the neck, until I get directly under that other corner. And then I'll bring my tool up, and you'll notice that little circle that appears when I get to my original point. I'll click on that, and that closes our selection. Now all I need to do is right click and choose layer via cut. And what this does is it creates a separate layer of the bottom chin from the original image. So if I zoom back out, you can see I can grab my select tool and basically move this up and down. So that's what we want to do. Now what I want to do is create a new layer and place it below here. Okay? And what we'll do with this layer, I don't know if I can find a good image for this, but I'm just going to do a search for inside mouth. And that's pretty disgusting. Let's just try mouth. Here we go. I'm going to use this image here. I'm just going to copy the image, head over to Photoshop. I'm going to hide this jaw and get below the main layer and paste. And what I'm going to do is just scale down this background layer using Command T to transform, just to try to get inside of the mouth in this gap. I don't really care about the teeth. I just want something that semi looks like inside of a mouth, okay? So that way when this drops, when this top layer animates downward, it looks like a mouth in the background. So if you want, you could shrink this down even more until you have a little bit of teeth showing, like this. Maybe rotate it to match. And then we'll go ahead and put this back into closed position. Now our image is set up for animation. So I need to save this project as a Photoshop document. So under format, make sure Photoshop is selected, and we'll name this Putin Puppet. and we're ready for motion. So once that's saved, which it's in the process of saving, we'll close out of that. We'll head over to motion, and in motion we'll go to File, New Project. Again, go ahead over here, set this to fit. Now, when we import our new Putin puppet file, this is very important. Drag it into the group, but then wait. Do not just let go. Now you'll see there are several options. Import merged layers, import all layers, or you can choose a specific layer to import. We want to import all layers, so I'm going to drop it in this well and let go. So here we go. Here are our 3 layers that make up this file. So I'm going to go ahead and get them. This is the Photoshop container. I just want these files in my group. So I'll select all 3 of them, drag them up to group, let go, and that'll let me just delete that Putin layer right there. This can save some issues from happening down the line. So now we need to zoom this whole thing in a little bit so that these edges fill the entire screen right here. So I'll click on my group, I'll go to my inspector, properties, scale, and I'll roll up the scale until I fill my entire project. There we go. Alright. Now we just need an audio file that's going to drive all of our animation. So you can do this several ways, but one of those would be to record your own audio file, which you could do using the QuickTime player. I'm already recording with the QuickTime player a screen capture, so that's not going to work for me. So I'm just going to look for some spoken word on my computer already. So here's, let's see.
Amazing. Incredible.
So I'm just going to bring some of these in now. Obviously, this would be funnier if you recorded your own audio, but I'm just going to bring 3 of these in so I have some audio to work with. And I'm going to click this little sound icon so I can see my sound, and I'm just going to spread these out a little bit so that my project...
Experience. Incredible.
Alright, so that second one should have been amazing. So let's go back and bring in amazing. Just put that in between. Okay, and maybe we'll do attention as well. And I'll move that over here. Alright, so for the sake of this project, I'm just going to shrink down the project by dragging that little out icon so that my project loops like this.
Amazing. Incredible. Attention. Experience. Amazing.
Alright, time to start the animation of our puppet. So basically what I'm going to do is have these audio files drive the animation of the talking. So this layer right here, which is the chin, I'm just going to name this chin. I did that by double clicking on the name. I'll name this face. Actually, this is inside mouth, and this is face. Now I want to make sure I don't accidentally animate either the face or the inside of the mouth, so I'm going to click those locks. That'll prevent me from making any changes to those. So I'm going to select the chin layer. I'm going to go to my inspector, properties, position, and roll that open. Now, it should be my Y position that opens this mouth like this. So, again, take a look at where that defaulted to. It started at -216.06, just in case we need to reset it. I'm going to right-click on that position Y parameter and add parameter behavior and choose audio. Now, I'm going to, on the audio, select master so that it's reacting to all the sound in my project. And it's okay for it to react to all frequencies. I'm just going to hit play and see what happens.
Attention. Experience. Amazing. Incredible. Attention.
So,
Experience.
I'm going to increase my scale.
Incredible. Attention, experience. Amazing.
And right now you'll see it is doing exactly the opposite of what I want it to do. So under apply mode, it's set to add. I'm just going to choose subtract. And now we'll play again.
Incredible. Attention, experience. Amazing. Incredible.
All right, so that mouth is opening a little too far for me. I have my scale set to 73, so I'm going to bring that down to maybe, I'm going to randomly try 45 and hit play.
Experience. Amazing. Incredible.
All right, so now my smoothness is set to 1. I don't really want this smooth. I want it to really react to the sound.
Experience. Amazing. Incredible.
So I can do that. I can play around with different delay things in here. I want it to react pretty immediately when the audio file goes, so I'm probably going to leave that delay the way it is. What I could do, I could choose a tiny bit of smoothing, maybe a decimal like 0.02. It's not going to let me do decimals, so we're best at leaving this at 0. But under peaks, you can choose sharp or smooth. Let's just see what it looks like under smooth.
Attention, experience. Amazing. Incredible. Attention.
So I think that's like under incredible, which is 3 syllables. It's making the mouth open once. I think I want it to react more to each sound.
Amazing. Incredible. Attention.
So actually the default is better at this for this particular instance. So there you have it.
Amazing.
I can click out so we can see what it looks like.
Experience. Amazing. Incredible. Attention.
And the way this project is set up, any audio file that I add in is going to drive this animation. So I could replace this, these amazing, incredible, whatever words with some sort of a funny recording, and the animation would automatically update and animate to that audio file. One thing I will point out here is that if you put music in your project as well, the mouth is going to react to the music file because we have it set to master, which could be a problem. So a way around that would be if you brought in a file that is just the spoken word and a music file, you would just set that audio parameter to react only to the spoken word file that you imported instead of to the entire master audio track of the entire project. So there you go. There's a basic puppet animation. Feel free to use any images. You don't have to use Mr. Putin here. I just thought that would be entertaining for this tutorial. And good luck and have fun with this.